Imagine waking up one morning and realizing every disaster, every tragedy, every death in human history was not random, that someone or something had already written it decades before it ever happened. 9/11, wildfires, floods, plane crashes, all predicted with exact dates, exact locations, exact casualty numbers. This is Knowing, 2009. A movie that starts as a mystery, turns into a prophecy, and ends as something far bigger than any of us were prepared for. Today we're breaking down the movie that shook the world, a movie that blended sci-fi, religion, mathematics, extraterrestrial theories, and biblical apocalypse, all into one unpredictable journey. Stay till the end, because the final twist changes everything you think about life, God, and humanity. The Capsule, 1959. We begin in 1959 at an elementary school. A time capsule is being sealed, full of letters from children predicting the future. Kids draw rockets, cars, houses, but one girl, Lucinda Embry, doesn't draw anything. She writes numbers, just numbers. No spaces, no meaning. Just a terrifying stream of digits that covers both sides of the page. Lucinda is not normal. She seems disturbed. She whispers numbers while scratching the desk. Her teacher pulls the paper away. She keeps tapping her fingers, still counting. Fast forward 50 years later, the capsule is open. Lucinda's paper goes to a boy, Caleb. He takes it home. But his father, John Kessler, a widowed scientist, finds it strange. He looks at the numbers casually, but then his eyes freeze. He notices 09112-001-2996. The date, the number of deaths, the coordinates, 9/11. That's when he realizes Lucinda predicted it 50 years before it happened. The pattern, 4 minutes. John begins decoding the numbers. Plane crash, earthquake explosion, every disaster matched perfectly. Dates, dead counts, GPS coordinates. He makes a horrifying discovery. 2 events are not historical, they're future events. One of them is only 3 days away. He tries to warn people, calls the police, sends reports. Nobody believes him. But the first future disaster happens exactly as written. A plane crash. Bodies, fire, chaos, unfolding identically to the numbers. John realizes the list is not predicting tragedy, it is counting down. The mysterious strangers. Caleb begins hearing whispers, seeing silent, pale men watching him from a distance, not blinking, not talking. They give Caleb visions, forest burning, animals running, sky glowing red. John thinks he's going insane, but Lucinda's daughter, Diana, reveals something horrifying. Lucinda used to hear the same whispers. These strangers weren't random. They were connected to the numbers. The final prediction, the last date on the list, EE, not numbers. John decodes it. EE equals everyone else. This is not a plane crash, not a building explosion, not a flood. It is global. It is the end. A massive solar flare, capable of destroying the Earth's atmosphere, is coming. Governments cannot stop it. Science cannot block it. No army, no power, no escape. Human extinction, scheduled like an appointment. Who are the strangers? The pale men, the whispering figures, reveal themselves. They are not angels, nor demons, but messengers chosen to save a select few. Children who will restart humanity on another world. While the world screams, riots, and burns, Caleb and a few children are taken. John realizes man was never in control. We were never choosing our destiny. We were being guided, recorded, preserved. He says goodbye to his son, a painful, emotional ending, as Caleb boards a glowing vessel and leaves Earth. The solar flare hits, the planet burns, but humanity survives. Not here, but somewhere new. Knowing isn't about predicting the future. It's about accepting it. This movie blends faith and science, suggesting that disaster and destiny are two sides of the same design. The question Knowing leaves us with is this: what if everything already has a plan? What if the end is only the beginning? Because sometimes we don't discover the truth discovers us.